Most of us know that there is history just about everywhere you look here in Hampton Roads, but sometimes you gotta slow down to see it. Fort Wool is one of those hidden history gems. You pass by it when you're crossing the HRBT. Photojournalist Joel Hilton takes us there.
There's something about it that's mystical and magical. Once it gets into your soul, it stays. Even casually or been here for years, there's something special about it. My name is Mike Cobb. I'm the curator of Fort Wool. We're at the gateway to Hampton Roads. This rocky island, man-made, sits 1 mile from Fort Monroe at Old Point Comfort. We sit out in the middle of Hampton Roads Harbor, the entrance to Hampton Roads Harbor. The water here was relatively shallow, so they built this fort on the edge of the shoal, and it's built as a companion fort to Fort Monroe. Work began in 1819. The idea was to stop enemy ships from entering Hampton Roads Harbor. So there'd be a crossfire between Fort Monroe and Fort Wool, then called Fort Calhoun. All the stone that you see here was brought here from the Susquehanna and the Potomac rivers by boat and dumped on this shoal. There are 3 periods of American military fortifications represented. I'm standing on the great granite blocks and brick of the 3rd system 19th century fort that Robert E. Lee and Andrew Jackson and Abraham Lincoln would have known. The fort was modernized at the turn of the 20th century. Much of the older part of the fort was razed, torn down, and replaced by the Endicott fortifications, which are concrete. A 3rd system was built here during the Second World War, and that's Battery 229. So here at Fort Wool, you can walk through several hundred years of American military history. This island is important because it tells a story of the formation of America. Everywhere you look, the sights and sounds of history are on this isolated island. About 20 years ago, I was here, right here, giving a tour. And an older gentleman was down on the parade ground, and he had a picture in his hand, and everybody was over there looking at it. So I walked over, and it turned out the man was a World War II veteran, and he had a picture in his hand of this battery firing during World War II. And there was a gun right here, and the soldiers were passing ammunition up these steps, about 8 or 9 guys passing up shells to load this gun to fire. We set up tours out here. We have interpreters who take visitors around the island, both on our tour boat, the Miss Hampton, and also private boaters are welcome here at the fort. In the summertime, we have 100, 200 people, sometimes more, come to this island every day. And when they come, they smile and they look about them, and they're always surprised at not only the history here, but the natural beauty that is ever present.
Nothing I would have expected, and the whole tour has been phenomenal. I've really enjoyed it. This is the best place I've been in this area.
This fort will continue to be here, generations to come, to tell its story. And each generation will come to this fort and see it through different eyes and interpret it in their vision. And there'll always be a special place.